Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Queens. This is Season 1, Episode 2, and it was titled Heart of Queens. Alright, y'all, before I jump into this recap review, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit me with that thumbs up button. Alright, y'all, let's just jump right into this episode. I don't know why I keep thinking it comes on Wednesday night when it comes on Tuesday. I gotta get that registered in my mind. But at any rate, y'all will always get the recap. Well, nope. Yo will more than likely get the recap on Wednesday. I mean, I say always, child, and then Wednesday come and I ain't feeling right and I just ain't gonna do it. So, anyway, it picks up where the episode left off last week. So, where they were all standing outside, all 5 of them. So, Naomi, Bree, Lil Muffin, Jill, and Butter Pecan was standing outside looking at the billboard of them about to go on tour. So they're out there and they're having the same conversation, and then E walks up or whatever, and he got like a black eye or his eye bruised or something. So they like, well, what happened to your eye? What happened to your eye? He was like, don't worry about that. This is your time. This is your time to shine. This is, what do you say? This is y'all time for redemption or whatever. And then we hear while the girls was talking, even before E walked up, we hear like somebody breathing real heavy, and they watching them. So then they talking to E, and then the person, whoever was watching them, walk up, and then they got a gun. So they point the gun at them, and then all of a sudden they like, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do this, and then they start shooting. So then we hear screams like, oh my God, somebody call the cops, somebody call the cops, or whatever. And then I think somebody said, stay with me or something. So I said, well, who the hell got shot? But then they rewind back to 2001. So last week I thought they were just like a 1-year wonder or whatever. So it looked like they did good from maybe 1999 to 2001. So they had like a little, maybe like a 2-year career for that time being. In 2001 in San Diego is where everything went downhill. So they on the stage, they performing, the person they introducing the ladies and stuff like that. And then they start rapping, and then Cameron, he come out in that long pink fur, child, with the train. I said, Lord have mercy. He out there rapping with him or whatever. So we hear Butter Pecan, she start rapping, and she sounded a hot mess or whatever. So the girls was kind of looking at her while she was rapping. And then Naomi was just looking at her like, what the hell is going on? And then all of a sudden, Explicit, or Naomi, she go off on this rant and like, well, we supposed to be family. We supposed to have each other back and stuff. This ain't how we supposed to be repping Queens and yada, yada, yada. And then she dropped the mic and was like, it's over. Queens is no longer. And then she walked off. Child, while the crowd started booing, they started throwing stuff on stage. I was cracking up. So then we fast forward back to 2021. So we see Bree, she's sitting on the bed watching the performance that they did on the BET Awards. Her husband walk in talking about something, well, I'm ready to get my head chopped open or whatever, because he's getting surgery to get the tumor removed. So he's talking about something, well, I could be a good husband. She like, look, I'm just trying to keep you alive until you get better, and then I'm going to leave you or whatever. He like, he wrote this letter. So this is letter, I guess, with his wishes if he dies or whatever like that. She like, well, I couldn't get the regular babysitter, so I had to improvise. So he like, well, why are you making that face? Child, Butter Pecan, the babysitter, she downstairs doing yoga with the children. She doing yoga with the kids. The kids look like they was having fun, but she doing yoga. Next thing, she get a phone call from Eric. She talking to Eric, and she like, look, last night or whenever they had performed was bomb. We need to do that again. I need you to do whatever you need to do to get us another show. Like, you can't have the girls drop everything and then we just do one show. We need to continue to do more shows and stuff. And she like, cause Wipeout want me to get on their professional or celebrity show. I cannot get this hair wet or whatever. So she going off, and I guess he's saying he gonna do what it do. So then they get off the phone. Bree come downstairs with her husband. He's saying bye to all the children and stuff like that. Here go Butter Pecan to Bree. You sure he got a tumor? Because it just seemed real like a coincidence. Like, we doing all this stuff. He get caught cheating, and then all of a sudden he got this tumor. She was like, did you see pictures of it or whatever? She was like, girl, I don't think he lied. Well, I'm just saying, like, just don't get all sucked in. You just need to heal him and then leave him, okay? So then they leaving and stuff. Here she go. Don't fall in love with no nurse, or don't screw a nurse. I was dying. So then we see Jill, she with her girl boo. So she with the girlfriend Tina. They in the bed and stuff. So, you know, she already left the husband in the last episode. So now they in her house, they in the bed and stuff over, you know, not over, but like all happy and stuff that they can be together. So, child, next thing, they making out about the Bow Chickie Wow Wow. Jill hear a noise. Somebody, you heard that noise? You heard that noise? Child, she jumped up, grabbed the shotgun from underneath the bed. I said, what the? She was ready. I said, she thinks she a power. Okay, girl. But anyway, she run out there. The husband, he out there cooking breakfast and stuff. Talking about something. He had a revelation when he went up in the hills to contemplate what was going on between them two. And he thought of this plan. He was like, you love me. You love her, she love you, you love me, and I love you. So let's just have this whole relationship. Let's just love each other together. She was like, no, I'm in love with somebody else. He was like, no. Like, I wrote this whole song and stuff like that, you know, and I read in the Bible, and, you know, such and such had 1,000 wives and stuff like that. And, you know, it ain't nothing in the Bible that say nothing against a relationship, look, I can't even get it out, a poly relationship or whatever like that. So we can make this work. Child, why he had a whole rap? Did I write? Talk about the glamoury of polyamory. I said, sir, no. She was like, I'm in love with somebody else, with another woman, okay, a woman. We can't make this work. I'm not interested in no poly relationship. So he like, well, okay. And then he go on saunter off, child. I said, Lord have mercy. Then she looks down at the newspaper, child, she front page, and it said, one of the nasty bitches that came out, one of the local nasty bitches that came out or whatever like that. I said, ooh, child, now you know, she gonna go into this tailspin because she ain't really want everybody to know. But I'm like, girl, what did you expect when you got on the BET Awards and made that whole rap? Like, you didn't think they was gonna dissect that? Girl, stop. Anyway, we see Lauren, our Blue Muffin, she in rehab. She in the mirror doing her makeup. She got music playing. She doing all this other stuff. Talking about some Tekashi 6ix9ine finna pick her up and all this other crap. I said, Hold on one second, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. One of my children had a dressing crisis. Anyway, so she in there, she getting all dialed up and stuff. She playing music and they trying to have this group session. The counselor like, look, you need to pay attention. Don't nobody care that, you know, you famous and all this other stuff. Like, you need to get it together. She like, well, I can make more. I'm going to be somebody once I leave out of this place. What you going to be or whatever. He was like, look, if you don't get your life right, you ain't going to have nothing when you leave out of this place. So she had something to think about. So then we see Naomi. She would, well, her daughter. So she goes to see her daughter and stuff. And they're actually having like lunch or whatever. And her daughter was kind of shocked because she like, well, I thought I wasn't going to see you, you know, for another year since you did the BET thing. She was like, no, I'm trying to change or whatever. So then she gives her a gift or whatnot. And they start talking. Cameron walks in. So Cam walk in and they like, oh, what's up, whatever. They hug and stuff. And she was like, oh, maybe you should sit down, you know, have lunch with us and stuff. And so he was telling her that he wanted to sign her to his label. She like, what? Well, you know, me and the girls, we ain't really back in a group or nothing. He was like, no, I just want you. So she like, oh, man. So the daughter was like, this is what you've been waiting for. The waitress come over. The waitress taking the order. The daughter, she like, I want a burger, no ketchup, no this, no that, no none of this. But can I get a pickle? No. She was like, she said all this stuff. So then Cam was like, I want what she having or whatever. And then they both at the same time was like, and you got pickles or something. So they looking at each other like, I said, oh, okay, so he the pappy. It's not Eric. So, okay. Because I was thinking it was going to be Eric, child, but it's not Eric. It looked like it's Cam. But I mean, do she know? Because if she was sleeping with Cam and Eric at the same time. Anyway, y'all. So then we see Jill. She in church and stuff. And, you know, it's the end of the service. And you know how they say hug your neighbor or shake your neighbor's hand. Well, they don't really say that now because of the you know what's going on in the world. But at that time, they were saying, like, shake your hand, say whatever to your neighbor and stuff like that. So she go to turn around and shake the lady hand. The lady looking at her like, And so she like, oh, okay. So then she go up to the front to get the blessing, you know, from the father or the pastor or whatever. Child, he was just like, not up in here. You was filthy, you dirty and stuff like that. So he basically denied her blessing. So I said, that's some bull. So then she ends up leaving, and she all upset and stuff. Here come all these news reporters all in her face. When did you know you were gay? When did you realize you was going to come out? I said, Lord. So then we flashed to 1997. So we see the girls, and it's like their younger selves or whatever. And it was 3 of them at this time. It was Bree, Naomi, and oh my God, Bree, Naomi, and Jill. This is before Butter Pecan came into the group. Because at first I thought it was all 4 of them, but no, it started with the 3 of them, and they started in high school. And so we see Eric, he's always been their manager or whatever. And so he was talking to this one dude, and this one guy was trying to basically like sleep with, I think it was Professor Sex. So Bree, he wanted to sleep with Bree and was like, basically like, I want to sign them, they dope or whatever, but bring her back to my room at such and such time, and then we got a deal or whatever. So it was like, okay. Next thing you know, he getting lifted up. The dude who said he wanted to sleep with Professor Sex, he getting lifted up and pulled out by the bodyguard. Cause he like, you ain't doing that to my girls. They not sleeping their way up. So then Butter Pecan come over there, and she like, oh, they dope or whatever. Who you? So she talking, she all seductive and flirty and stuff like that to him, and she basically getting her way into the group. She like, I'm high, I'm this, I'm that, and they not gonna go nowhere unless you put me in the group, and I'm gonna make the group pop and all this other stuff, and yada yada yada. And she gives him his her number, and I want to say she gave him a mixtape, but I couldn't really tell. So then she go walking off. So he thinking about it. Next thing you see is they in the studio, and Butter Pecan basically telling them like, they played, what's his name? E played her track. She sounded a hot ass mess. Here go Jill. I mean, she got a little flow. I mean, it ain't that bad. Here go Brie. That issue was trash. That was trash. I don't know why you trying to be nice. I was cracking. Naomi really wasn't saying too much. But Butter Pecan basically like, y'all is the dopest rappers and stuff like that. She like explicit lyrics. You is dope, but ain't nobody gonna hear you outside of y'all town and stuff. So they like, well, what you trying to come white it up or whatever? You Puerto Rican it up and all this other stuff. And what we ain't gonna get out the ghetto because we black women and all this other stuff, child. So then she like, I'm just saying, I'm gonna help y'all. I'm gonna elevate y'all. I'm gonna lift y'all up. I'm gonna hype y'all up or whatever. I'm gonna get y'all known because I know how to sell. I bring the fire. So then Naomi had wrote down these lyrics. At first, and she gave it to Butter Pecan. Butter Pecan was kind of like dry with it at first, but then she had got the flow. And so then they was looking like, oh, okay, well, I guess she can do a little something. So that's how she ended up getting into the group. 2021, we see E, he talking to this promoter, and he trying to sell up the girls or whatever, because he like, look, they need to get back together. They sold out venues back in the day or whatever. So, they need to be, back on the scene and stuff. Here go the promoter. Well, I heard you renting out that mansion up on the hill. I said, damn. So he was basically clowning them and stuff. So he was like, look, I got it. I can handle it. And so then the dude was like, well, if they don't sell out, you going to owe me some money or whatever. He was like, all right, bet, whatever. So then he ends up giving them the gig. We see Jill, she in her house, she tripping out because there's reporters all outside her house. Her boo sitting there. Her boo like, well, what did you expect was going to happen when you came out on national TV like that? Did you think nobody was going to say nothing? She was like, well, my church is shunning me. Everybody looking at me. Everybody judging me. I'm not with it and stuff like that. And she like, well, if you not being accepted at that church, then you need to go somewhere else that's going to accept you. And so she like, no, that's my church and yada, yada, yada. She going off. Next thing you know, child, somebody come in. She thinking it's one of the reporters. No, girl, it's Lil Muffin. She didn't escape from rehab. I said, Lord. She talking about something. They tried to take my phone. They had me laying in a twin bed, and they had me in the room with some girl named Skylar who thought Coach Bags was it. She was going off. And so Jill like, look, I gotta get away. I gotta be with my girls in LA. I cannot be here right now. And so Tina taking that personal. She like, girl, it's not you. Like, I just need time to think. I need time to, breathe and realize what's going on. So then Lil Muffin like, well, I'm going with you. I'm going to party with you and stuff like that. At first, she was like, no. She was like, but you my legal guardian, so therefore, I'm going with you or whatever. So she going to end up going with Jill. We see Naomi. She in a meeting with Cam because remember, Cam wanted to sign her. So he goes to the record label head honcho, whatever they call the man. And the man, they listening to her sing. He was like, oh, okay, you got a beautiful voice and stuff like that. Everybody enjoying it and stuff. But then he started talking about some other artist who really not a singer, who just a fakie. And he wanted her to write lyrics for her. So I said, well, how she going to write lyrics for somebody who really can't sing? But then I said, then again, never mind, because they do it all the time. So Naomi not really with that. And Cam like, that's not the deal that we had said we was going to do. Like we said, I wanted to sign her. But the dude like, well, how you going to sell a 41-year-old ex-rapper who's singing folk songs? You're not going to be able to sell that. The only way she going to be able to be a hit in this world is just writing songs at this point. So, of course, Naomi get all in her feels. She storm out the place or whatever. She like, you know what? I'm done with this music biz. I've been wanting this all my life, but I'm not finna do all this. Can't nobody see me like this. See my talent, basically. So then she goes storming out. Bree and her husband, he got the surgery. The surgery was success and all this other stuff. Child, why he faking amnesia? She like, well, I'm glad the surgery was fine and everything, but, you know, once you heal this stuff, then I'm going to leave you. He was like, leave me? Why would you leave me, baby? She was like, because you cheated on me. He's about cheated. Baby, I would never cheat on you. Now, why would I cheat on you, baby? I ain't cheat on you. So she like, is you serious? Like, you cheated on me. He like, no, me, baby, me. I said, now, boy, now you going to play dumb. She get home, and Butter Pecan like, he lying. Because I saw this on General Hospital. That's I said, girl, okay? He is lying. He can't even fake it real well. Because he was just like, are you serious? Baby, I would never leave you. He wasn't even, what else you got amnesia about? Just the cheating, I bet. But anyway, Butter Pecan like, he lying, girl, and, you don't need to stay with him or whatever. You just need to let him heal and leave him. Basically, don't fall for the bullshit because this man is lying. So then next thing, the doorbell ring or whatever. It's, Jill and Lil Muffin. So Brie like, ain't you supposed to be in rehab? She said, girl, long story, coach bag, twin bed, long story. So then she goes sit down. So then Jill talking about some, girl, I didn't feel safe in Montana. Like everybody, news reporters, everybody knew my business and stuff like that. And so Butter Pecan was like, you being black in Montana and now you don't feel safe? I said, okay. But then Naomi came. So it was like 2 seconds after Jill and Muffin came, Naomi come. So then Brie like, look, all y'all got all these phones and all y'all can push is the doorbell or whatever. So then Eric ends up calling her 2 seconds before he walked in the house. I said, child, but at least he cold. So then he got this big announcement and stuff that they gonna have this performance at this big venue and stuff. So he want to get them the information and stuff. So of course they all excited and whatnot. At first, Brie was like, well, I got kids, I don't know about this and yada yada yada. So then they talked her into it, because then she was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess somebody got to pay the bills around here. And then, because he said it was going to be back at San Diego. So they was all like, nope, we're not going back to San Diego. We had a horrible performance there and stuff. But then as he was talking more and more, they was like, well, all right. Naomi was just like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm out the game. Jill, of course, was excited because it's getting her away from her problems and stuff. And of course, you already know Butter Pecan was excited because, you know, she wanted that money. So, but then they talked Naomi into it. They was like, girl, we can't do this without you. Like, come on, let's go or whatever. So then they decided, you know, she decided she was going to perform with them or whatever. So, they happy because they going to finally rewrite history in San Diego. So then we see Eric and Naomi. They in like a different section of the house at some point. I don't know if she was coming from the bathroom, where she was coming from, child. But he walked up on her and he wanted to know why she wanted to quit. And she was like, you know what? That ain't none of your business at this time. Don't worry about it. But what you doing selling out arenas or whatever? Like, what's your game? Like, what's your MO? Like, what you trying to prove and stuff? He was like, no, I'm just looking out for y'all. I want y'all to, you know, be back on top and stuff like that. Y'all real talented and whatnot. And he just having regrets and want to basically rewrite all of history, even their relationship. So he upset that he dropped the ball, or basically on their relationship. And so she was just like, She was like, I can't do that because if I go back, if I'm tired of living backwards, if I keep going backwards, then it mean like I approve of what you did to me back then or whatever, and I don't approve of that. And so then he like, well, I'm telling you, I want to be with you and stuff. And she like, And so then Val come in and he was about to touch Naomi's face, and as soon as Val came in, he shifted himself, and then Naomi was just like, you know what, I'm a little tired, I'm gonna go to bed. I said, see, you can't even do right when Val walked in the door. You gotta shift it all up, but you want to be with her. Boy, bye. But anyway, Val was all excited and stuff that they got the venue. She was like, look, I don't know how you did it, but I'm happy that you did it and stuff. And he was like, look, but if we don't sell out this arena, I'm the oldest promoter, $500K. I ain't got that. So she said she had it stacked up and stuff. I said, oh, okay, girl. So she said, like, you know, if it falls through, I still got your back. That's what we here for, whatever. So he was just like, oh, okay. 1998 flashback. What the heck? My light that went off, y'all. So 1998, they end up getting their record deal. Did my light go out? 1 second, y'all, because my dang, I don't know what happened. All right, well, whatever. We back. So 1998, they get their record deal. So they at the they at like lunch or dinner, I don't know, but they celebrating. So they celebrating, they all excited and stuff like that. He ends up putting these Louis V bags on the table. Naomi like, what you think I'm worried about some table? I'm trying to read this contract. So she said he's trying to read the contract and signing and stuff. He puts the bags out, and then he like, it ain't about the bag, open the bags up. So then they open up the bag, it's $200,000 in the bag. So they like, oh yeah. At first Naomi was like, I ain't worried about no bag. You can go ahead and get my bag to somebody else. So then when he said open it up, she, wait a minute, 200,000. I said, I bet she want that bag now. So she never did finish reading the contract because they were so excited about getting $200,000 in cash money or whatever. So they didn't even read the contract. And being young, I'm not sure how young they were at that time. Well, 1998, and then so they probably was like 18, 19 or whatever like that. So they wasn't worried about reading no contract, and that money, you know, made them like, ooh, yes, or whatever. So they wasn't really worried about reading the contract. So we see, like, I think they had like a they got the money with the thing. They were saying like Queens Against the World is Us Forever, and then we see like Flash is not, it's the same year, but like maybe a couple months later or something like that, they do an episode of Cribs, and you can tell they really don't want to be there because they first was like, hey, welcome to our crib or whatever. And so they was like, well, can y'all do it again and like act like y'all like each other and something like that. So then they do it again. We find out that, and then Jill had a little pot on her nose. So at that time she was doing that oak. Then we found out that Naomi was trying to do a solo deal back then. And then I don't know what Bree was really into. I guess just mainly like the guys and stuff like that. And then what's her name? Butter Pecan she was having like the finer cars, the finer clothes and stuff like that, because when they wrapped up that one scene, she ended up leaving in like a Benz or some fancy car, and Jill was like, well, why the hell am I still riding in a Toyota Corolla or whatever? Like, why is she riding in that car and I'm riding in my car or whatever? So they trying to figure out what's going on. Whatever. So then we see Jill. So then Jill standing there or whatever, and then this girl, I guess she worked on the set and stuff, she go up to Jill and was saying like, you know, you was real dope in that video. How about we go out to lunch and stuff? She was basically hitting on the girl, asking her out or whatever. So Jill was like, what? And so she was just like, oh, my bad. I thought, never mind. It's okay. So then she tried to leave or whatever. Jill get all high and mighty and stuff like that because her secret about to come out. And she like, I'm not gay. And the problem with y'all chicks is y'all know y'all place and stuff. Then she start pushing the girl, shoving the girl. I said, now see, you doing too much, because the old chick, she better than me, because I'd have slapped you in your goddamn face. Don't be putting your hands on me because you ain't out the closet yet. Don't get mad at me. You could have just been like, oh, I'll take your number on the side. Like, hey, who was going to find out? But anyway, child, have them sign an NDA or something, girl. But no, she want to get all loud and boisterous and stuff like that because that girl had clocked her tea. But anyway, we flash forward to 2021, and then she's standing there, and she was just sitting somewhere or whatever. And she get a phone call from Tina. She didn't really want to talk to Tina and nothing like that, but she's talking to Tina because she ain't called, Tina when she got in. And then, child, goddamn little Muffin falls out the window. I said, what the hell? She trying to sneak out the window to go to a party. I said, oh my God. So they basically telling her, like, girl, no, you was too old to be climbing out of goddamn windows to go to some party. Like, what is you doing? She's talking about something. She was trying to enjoy the scene and stuff and all this other crap. She 9 days, I think she said she was 9 days sober. And Jill trying to tell her, like, you think you sober now, but then when you get in that scene and somebody offer you a drink, you gonna go downhill just like that. You gonna fall off the wagon just like that. So she like, well, I'm not you. When she was like, well, I'm trying to tell you what the, how it can be and stuff like that. And so she like, well, why would I take advice from somebody who, what you say, that's not out the closet, who embarrassed to being gay? Like, this 2021, everybody a little gay. I was dying. I said, girl. So she was like, but you out here scared and stuff. So she was like, you know what? You could just go. You could just go. So little Muffin was like, all right, I'm going to go. So then they both get up. They both kind of leave. But then they don't really go too far before they both turn around and both say that they scared. And so basically Jill made a deal with little Muffin. If she went back to rehab to work on herself and find herself, because little Muffin said she don't know who Lauren is. She ain't known who Lauren was since she was 15 years old. So, Jill was like, well, if you go back to rehab, I'll try to find myself and work on myself while you work on yourself. So they kind of decided to do that or whatever. Eric comes in once everybody calmed down, and he told them that they sold out the arena. So everybody all excited and whatever, like, yay, woo, woo. What else? And then Muffin basically told them she was going back to rehab and to hold her crown. So then we see Eric. He's talking to Bree. He's talking to Bree, and she's talking about naked and afraid and child. And basically her moral of the story was that her marriage is not the same marriage that it was back when she got married or whatever. And he was just basically telling her, like, you are a good mom. I know you set yourself up right. And either way, if you stay with him or you leave him, you gonna be all right, queen. And then they had or whatever. Because she got a master's at Columbia and stuff. She gonna be all right. Anyway, so we flash to 2001. We see Butter Pecan. She on TV on a commercial selling her perfume and stuff like that. And Edie walked out of the bathroom or the bedroom or whatever, and Naomi was in there. So, like I said, Naomi and Eric was in a relationship, a secret relationship that we found out. In this scene, we found out it was a secret relationship. And he was basically saying, like, he wanted to be with her. But she like, well, is you still messing around with Val or whatever? And he like, man, look, I want you. I want to be with you. The same stuff he's spitting in 2021 is the same stuff he said in 2001. And she basically like was just answer the question, is you with Val or not? And he basically said, yeah. So then she leaves out the room. And I guess, I don't know if they was doing a performance. Maybe this was San Diego. What's this, San Diego? Yeah, this was the same time as the San Diego performance. So they was all staying at the same hotel. So she went next door and knocked on Cam's door and said that she needed a friend. So then she wanted to, bow chicky wow wow with him. So that's the night she got pregnant. But did she sleep with E that night too? Because he was coming out the bedroom. So, y'all. But anyway, we see Naomi. She calling up her daughter and stuff. And she telling her daughter, because her daughter was like, well, how did the meeting go and stuff? And she was like, well, it didn't really go too well. I'm 40 years old. They don't really want to sign me and stuff like that. And I'm just pretty much going out the bids. And her daughter was like, so what was it all for there? What was the whole point of you being on the road all the time, spending all your money on this music stuff and not spending it on me? Like, you can't just give up. Like, if you give up, then what was my life? Like, what was that for? Like, you got to fight for what you want. So then they hang up the phone, and so of course Naomi, she get all motivated and stuff. So then she go over to the music producer's office or whatever, or the owner or whoever, child, and she starts singing in his driveway. We see neighbors going around looking and stuff. She's singing the way Naomi / Brandy can sing, child, and she did the damn thing. So then the next day, she in the studio with Cam, not in the studio, in the office with Cam and the owner, and basically they about to sign a contract. But in the contract, it say that she can't perform with the nasty girl. So then she like, well, what the hell I'm supposed to do? We got a show coming up. And they like, well, if you perform with them, you can't do this solo thing. So she trying to contemplate, like, do I go solo and leave my girls high and dry like I did before, or what? Like, what I'm supposed to do. So then we see they rehearsing and stuff, and she not really into it. Like, you can see her mind somewhere else, and they asking her, like, you okay, girl? You okay? She like, yeah, I'm good. Flashback to 2001, we back in San Diego, and they about to go on stage and stuff, and or maybe they was in a break, or maybe they was, I don't know what part of the concert they was in, but at any rate, they in there, and Naomi throwing tables, child, because she mad, because she like, well, why the I'm still broke? Like, what's going on? Brie like, I'm good. I just flew in on a G4. He like, that's why y'all broke. All this fancy stuff, the advances for this, the advances for that, the studio time, the advances for blow. But her Pecan on Eric's side, like, yeah, we got to keep putting all this money in or whatever. So they in a full-blown relationship at this time. And so Naomi like, well, I wanted to see the contracts. I'm not performing no more until I see the contracts or whatever. Jill, Jill over there high in the corner, because she talking about something. I don't need this. I go solo. That's what goddamn Naomi was saying. And Jill like, you always threatening us for going solo. Then go, girl. I said, she just as high as she want to be. So then Butter Pecan basically was like, you don't need to see no contracts because you already know you got screwed and stuff. But because y'all ain't read the contracts, and the contracts had put y'all in all this like publications and money going to the record deal, not the record deal, the record company versus y'all and stuff. And she was like, I already knew that the deal y'all signed was trash. So that's why I've been stacking all my money. But y'all been out here doing y'all own thing. I said, damn, girl, you supposed to be in the group. You could at least told them like what was going on. See, I wouldn't even trust that hoe. Like, even in the now. Like, what? Like, you out here saving all your coins, but you see us spending our money, but you know the contract bogus, but you're not even gonna say nothing. Like, girl, I don't trust no shady bitch like that. But anyway, she like, what she was saying, she was like, it was a bad deal. She took care of herself. And she was just like, because you was a hustle baby, talking to Naomi, talking about you was a hustle baby, and you just mad because Eric chose me. So, of course, Naomi all up in her face. And she was like, you know what? You can have them. So then she go on by her business, walk away or whatever. And so Butter Pecan, like, it's about us getting this the money. Nasty bitches forever or whatever. I said, child. And then the lights flickering and stuff. I said, what's going on with that? But anyway, 2021, they back in the same dressing room, getting ready and stuff like that. Naomi not there, and they trying to figure out why the hell she not there. They like, maybe she got scared. Maybe she ain't want to do this show again. And then they like, well, maybe we should just cancel. And Brie like, hell no, I am in 2 Spanx. I am sewn in this, and I got a blind weave going down to my ass crack. I am going on that goddamn stage. So they get all on the stage and stuff. And they introducing the girls the same way they did at the other show. And so we see Professor Sex or whatever, which is Brie. And we see her taking her husband back home and stuff like that. The kids all excited and whatnot because daddy back home. Then they say Jill the Thrill. So then we see Jill. She going to the church and she basically telling the pastor, I'm gay, I'm black, and I rap, and you going to take me as I am or else or whatever. So, and she was with her boo. So, they was in there praising the Lord as they should. So, and then they said Butter Pecan, basically, I guess she don't really got no family type thing. Was that her child that walked up to her, or was that one of Bree's children? But anyway, some child walked up to her, and then they was all looking at the kids with the daddy hugged up and stuff like that, and she said she understood what was going on. And then we was just waiting, maybe like 2-3 minutes or whatever, and then Explicit Lyrics, she did come up there or whatever to perform. And so then we saw her at Cam's hotel door or apartment door, whatever door, child, and he was like, you here to tell me that JoJo mine? She mine, ain't she? I said, ooh, and that's how I ended, child. I said, oh Lord, him's the pappy. So I want to see what she gonna say. Now she gonna say it's a possibility, we gotta get the test, or she just gonna flat out say, yeah, that's your baby. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode down there in the comments. Again, the episode was real cute. I like the show. It's cute. And I'm going to continue watching it until I don't want to watch it no more. But anyway, y'all, if y'all enjoyed this recap review, go ahead and hit me with that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. All right, y'all, until next time. Peace.